Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another weekly reads video in which I will let you know how I did a reading wise last week and what are the books that I hope to get to this week. Now, before I get to the books, I want to just, tell you that I know that I sound like I'm complaining a lot about my reading mood and the amount of books that I read, and you should not take me too seriously about that because it's all relative. I can read 3 books and be really happy about that. I can read 2 books and be really happy about it, or I can read 5 books and not feel good about it. It all depends on the quality of books and as well, mostly on how I'm feeling, and yeah, that sort of clouds my maybe judgment. So yeah, don't really pay too much attention to that because I know 3 books in general are quite a lot. A lot of people don't even read 1 book a week or 1 book a year. So reading 3 books is an achievement, or well, not an achievement. There are people that read more, but it's a luxury, I think. So yeah, but I did manage to read 3 books last week, and I'm going to talk about them right now. So the first book that I managed to finish last week is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is a really popular series here on BookTube, and I definitely did enjoy it. I was just in the right mood for it. I do not think that it is as good as people make it out to be, but it is cute and I did enjoy it. It's a story of Lara Jean, who has the habit of, well, falling in love with boys and then writing them letters after she's sort of over them, and she stores these letters in her hat box that her mother gave to her, and yeah, those letters sort of get sent out, and it's not a situation that Lara Jean is really thrilled about, but some good things do come out of that, and she knows him, she gets sort of reconnects with Peter, and I just really enjoyed their relationship, especially I don't know how Lara was in the relationship, I guess, because she's really direct, sort of naive at points, and I just really enjoyed her, just their discussions and her answers and all that. It was really really enjoyable part of the book, at least for me. I also really love her sister Kitty. Well, she's younger and she's really direct, and she doesn't spare your feelings at all. And because I love this book so much, I naturally decided to continue on, and I got P.S. I Still Love You. And this one was a bit different. It's not as, well, light. I mean, the relationship is different between Lara and her boyfriend. I'm just trying to figure out what is spoiler and what's not. And yeah, it's a bit more serious. There's, complications. It's, just feeling secure in a relationship and sort of being insecure, actually being in your first relationship, and it was really cute. I enjoyed the other boy as well. I definitely thought there was potential, and I sort of thought she was gonna go for him, which maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I definitely liked it, and I cannot actually wait to see what happens in the 3rd book, but that comes out next week, or this week now? No, next week. But yeah, I'm sort of really liking this series. As I said, it's not at the best, but it is what it is, and it's cute. And if you haven't read it yet, and maybe you're looking for a cute contemporary read during the summer, you could pick these books up. I've never read anything by Jenny Han before, and I'm not sure I will, but I do like these. And the last book that I managed to finish is We Were All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler. Now this book is a literary fiction, and it's about a Rose who sort of has had a weird childhood. It was a bit of an experiment, and now that she's an adult, she's trying to sort of deal with it, because a lot of the stuff that happened, she's sort of either repressed or hasn't actually dealt with it, and is sort of carrying the burden with her. And yeah, so we learned that she was part of an experiment. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because that would spoil the whole thing in a way. It was hard for me to read that part, actually, because if I knew what it was, I definitely do not think that I would pick this book up, just because I have a hard time reading about stuff like that, or even watching it on TV. I don't know, there was a bit of crying for me here, but I did enjoy it. The writing style was really weird at first, and it took me a while to get used to it. Rose as a character was really annoying at first as well. I just didn't like her at all. But once she got into the background of the story, it sort of got a bit more clear why she's the way she is, and I like it. The whole story sort of felt a bit chaotic at points anyways. But yeah, I'm really happy that I finally read it, and I do recommend it. If you know, as I said, I'm not going to talk about the experiment because it would spoil it for you. If somebody wants to ask me questions, do that, you know, over DM me on Twitter or something like that, if you're curious. But you know, otherwise just go for it. You can always, you know, just DNF it or something like that. But yeah, it was an enjoyable read. And I have such a hard time getting into literary fiction that I'm really proud of myself to actually picking up a book and doing it. And I'm so silly for, you know, yeah, for being that way, but yeah, I will do better. So yeah, it is a great read. I did enjoy it. It was emotional, I have to say that. So that was last week. What I hope to get to this week is, well, a mix of what you already saw in my previous weekly reads videos. What I hope to get to, and what I'm actually sure that I will read, is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This is a reread, as you know. Well, I'm not going to talk about the synopsis because everybody knows it, but the last book is coming out next week and I want to read this one. I sort of want to take it slow, but I have a feeling that once I'll start reading it, I will just try to just rush through it because hopefully I will enjoy it as much as last year. I do wonder about that, if it's going to be as good as it was last year. That has me potentially worried, but not too much because I really did enjoy it, so it cannot, my opinion cannot have changed that much, I think. So this is definitely one that I will read this week. Then I'm still, well, I started reading but I didn't get far. I started The Age of Myth by Michael J. Sullivan, so this is sort of a prequel to his Rhaenyra Revelations and Chronicles. And yeah, I just started it, so I'm nowhere near the end of page 1, so I think it's going to be good because I do enjoy his writing and his books. So yeah, this is another one that I hope to finish. It's not actually that big, it's only like, I think it's less than 500 pages, so yeah, 400 only. Huh, well, if you want a short fantasy book, here you have it. And the last book that I started again but put down because I wanted to finish We Were All Completely Besides Ourselves is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I did start this one and I read 2 chapters and it has beautiful writing, so beautiful, which is strange that I'm liking it so much because I read her previous trilogy to A Daughter of Bone, Smoke and Bone. Well, yeah, A Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and I did enjoy the first book, but then sort of it went downhill for me, mostly because I think that because of the way she writes, it's pretty flowery and it's beautiful, but it is slow, and you know, the book sort of dragged for me, and I know it's not a popular opinion, but yeah, sue me. But I'm really enjoying this one so far. I have no clue where it's gonna go, but it's really mysterious and sort of wonderful, and I'm just loving it. So I hope to get to it, and I hope to finish it this week, but if not this week, clearly next week is another option. But yeah, basically those are the plans for me for this week. I think actually reading all the 3 books is doable, except, you know, time. We shall see how I manage that. But yeah, what else do I have to tell you? Yeah, you can expect 2 more videos from me this week. One is going to be a tag. I have been tagged so many times and I'm so behind on filming tags. But this one is sort of time sensitive because it's the spring book tag, something like that. I do not know what it's called. So it is, you know, supposed to be done during the spring. So I think that's going to be up on Wednesday, and then on Friday, guess what? I have another book haul. I said I'm not going to do it, but yeah, I failed. So yeah, you can expect to see that. So do let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them, or if you plan to read them. Do let me know that as well. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye!